Lacey Morgan was 23 years old. Cody Matthews was 13. To his friends, she was his secret girlfriend. To his parents, she was a lie he wouldn't stop defending. To the world, she was just another troubled teen moving from school to school. But none of it was real. Lacey wasn't a teenager. She was an adult woman who created fake identities, enrolled in real schools, and targeted young boys, one by one. She changed names, cities, and faces. But her pattern never changed. By the time police discovered the truth, she had manipulated at least a dozen minors and built a network of deception that left families shattered and communities shaken. This is the story of how a woman posed as a teenager to lure middle school boys, and how the lies unraveled in one of the most disturbing internet-age cases of hidden predation. She was 23 with a 13-year-old boyfriend, and no one saw it coming. She never stayed in one school longer than 2 months. Each time she enrolled as a new sophomore or freshman, with vague explanations about her past. Sometimes her parents were traveling abroad, other times she was living with a cousin or just trying public school again. But something was always off. Her clothes were fashionable, but not in the usual teen way. Her makeup, though subtle, looked professionally done. Some teachers quietly questioned her enrollment paperwork, but with forged immunization records, fake transcripts, and a believable attitude, she passed every time. She called herself Bree in Lansing, Kylie in Park Ridge, and Tasha in Elm Creek. These small towns didn't communicate much, and school districts had few resources to investigate someone who didn't raise legal red flags. Her voice was soft, her posture hunched just enough to seem insecure, and she always claimed to be just trying to make friends. But outside of school, her behavior was alarming. She joined teen Discord servers and gaming chats, connected with local kids through social media, and inserted herself into group chats. Her strategy was subtle. Compliment a boy's outfit at lunch, comment on someone's TikTok, send Snapchats at 2 a.m. about how hard her home life was. She wasn't just pretending to be a teen, she had studied them. Cody Matthews was in 7th grade when he got a message from a cute girl on Instagram. Her profile said she was 15 and lived a few towns over. She followed him after seeing his viral video of a skateboard fail that had made the rounds on local teen accounts. She messaged, "You kinda cute, NGL." That one sentence began an emotionally charged relationship that unfolded completely, online at first. She told Cody her name was Bree and she was homeschooled because of anxiety. She said she liked that he wasn't like the other guys. She gave him attention, told him he was mature, and listened to his problems. Cody started, sneaking out to meet her. She'd wait down the street in a hoodie and beanie, playing the part of an awkward teen girl. His friends met her once. She was friendly, flirtatious, but she only ever showed interest in the boys. She never spoke to their sisters, avoided adult neighbors, and brushed off any photos. Over time, Bree began isolating Cody emotionally. She told him his parents wouldn't understand. She said they had a special connection. When he said he wanted to introduce her to his mom, she panicked, claiming her father had been abusive and she couldn't trust adults. The relationship became more intense. She began asking questions about his friends. Who was confident? Who was insecure? Who had problems at home? Then she started adding them online. Cody thought she was falling in love with him. She was building a network. 90 miles away, in a different district, a substitute teacher overheard a conversation between two girls gossiping about that weird girl who dated a kid and then disappeared. One of them showed a blurry selfie of the girl on her phone. The sub took a mental note and that night used Google Lens on the image. What came up shocked her. The photo led to a modeling portfolio from a woman named Lacey Morgan, age 23, with a few minor acting credits and low-budget fashion gigs. Her look was unmistakable. Same eyes, same jawline, same half-smile. The woman in the photo wasn't a high school sophomore, she was an adult. The teacher reported it to the school district, which led to a police tip. Investigators began tracing usernames connected to Lacey. It turned out she had at least 7 false identities across 5 states. All of them targeted boys between the ages of 12 and 15. All of them had joined online chats weeks before she showed up in person. Using VPNs and burner phones, Lacey carefully avoided detection. Her voice stayed high-pitched. She walked with a slouch and mimicked the mannerisms of actual teenagers. Twirling hair, using slang, even mimicking their speech patterns through YouTube videos and TikToks. But one mistake unraveled everything. She posted a selfie with a pizza box that had a scannable store code. That small clue let digital investigators trace the location to a suburban Charleston apartment. The illusion was over. When police entered the apartment, they expected to find a typical residence. Instead, they walked into what looked like a low-budget surveillance bunker. There were walls covered in maps of local schools, school bus schedules, usernames written in marker, and dozens of printed-out selfies. In the living room, police found spy gear, hidden cameras disguised as water bottles, clocks with pinhole lenses and Bluetooth bugs shaped like earbuds. One shelf held wrapped gifts, AirPods, Nintendo Switch controllers, disposable phones, all labeled with names. Lacey had been gifting these to boys. She told them they were just cool gadgets, but they had trackers and microphones. Investigators recovered hundreds of hours of footage, most of it innocuous, boys playing video games, texting, talking about school. But the volume suggested something larger. A laptop revealed even more disturbing content. She had been keeping psychological profiles on each boy, logging their behavior, emotional responses, and triggers. Notes like Eli, parents divorced, starved for attention mark, leader not easy to manipulate Cody, perfect, clings when sad, authorities couldn't find evidence she was selling the material. This wasn't a trafficking operation or for-profit exploitation, it was personal. Lacey wasn't just watching these boys, she was obsessed with controlling them. When the news broke, the public was stunned. How could a grown woman enroll in multiple schools, fake being a teen, and get close to minors without anyone catching her sooner? Parents demanded answers. Schools scrambled to explain the oversight. TikTok accounts lit up with "I think I knew her" videos, each trying to connect dots that no one had seen before. But the case never reached court. Just days before her arraignment, Lacey Morgan was found collapsed in her cell from an apparent overdose of hidden pills she had managed to smuggle in. Though she survived, the medical report concluded she was not fit for trial. Diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and dissociative delusions, she was transferred to a psychiatric facility under heavy security. Cody never gave a public statement. His parents moved him to a new school and deleted all of his social media. Other families involved entered civil suits, but little compensation could ease the damage done. As for Lacey, she has never explained why she did it. She refused therapy, didn't respond to interrogations, and remains silent to this day. Some say she just wanted control. Others believe she was chasing a fantasy she couldn't let go of. Youth, power, and emotional dependence from those too young to understand what was happening. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. She wasn't just a woman pretending to be a teen. She was a predator hiding in plain sight.